Do you know what time it is? It's time for another Teddy Talks ASMR video. My name is Teddy, and I'm talking in a kind of ASMR style. The purpose of the video tonight is to talk about the pros and cons of teaching in September in the United States of America. Schools in different states go back at different times, so this does not apply to every single school. I am a teacher in Minnesota. I teach high school special education reading, and most schools in Minnesota, I would say, they end in June and they go back in September. So there will be a series on my channel, Teddy Talks ASMR, where I talk about, kind of towards the end of the month, the pros and the cons of teaching in that month. I will not include July or August because we're not teaching in July. It's summer. And I don't really include August because we're not teaching. We come back and we prepare to teach in September, which is the month that we're in now. We are almost to the end of the month, and I will be honest, it's been very busy. So in these videos, I'm just going to kind of talk about my day and then the month as a whole, and then I will get into the pros and the cons. I'm going to try to stay on point, try to stay on topic. I do have the gift of gab. We have established that. You've seen that in other videos, and I ramble and I talk. However, did you know that some people actually want you to get to the point sometimes? Sometimes people want you to get to the point. The point of the video, right? So, speaking of that, this series is going to be more focused and have an outline, and I will be looking at it and following it. So today was great. I kind of took a break from filming for a second to make this, and I had a lovely chat with the janitor, so we do not have to worry about the janitor coming in. Amazing person, by the way, amazing group of people. But yeah, I am extremely tired, and I'll get into that. And I think it's actually better when I'm tired because I feel like I slow down just a little bit. Okay, so today was great. It was amazing. No issues, drama, whatever. If every day could be like today, I'd be so happy. Just took notes. The class took notes on a book that we're going to read, and that's really it. After school, I was running around. I had to go get treats for my professional learning community, and the treats I got are Dunkin' Donuts, so let me show you those right now. Dunkin' Donuts. I know that rationally that was not loud, so donuts. I love donuts, so I'm a little selfish because I got something that I wanted. For Teacher Appreciation Week or any treat, get me a donut. Love donuts as a teacher. Love free food, but donuts are like top 3 item to get. It might be number 1 because I love donuts. So, got Dunkin' Donuts after school for our professional learning community. We meet once a week and just talk about like how to be better as teachers. And it's not just like special ed or one group, it's different groups coming together. I got Taco Bell because I was hungry, and the Dunkin' is over by the Taco Bell. So I do have a Baja Blast. The issue, guys, is that it's so hot that the ice has deteriorated. Yeah. It's gone. It's just been too long. It could not fight the heat, which is really sad, but it's still good nonetheless. I'm just not gonna do any ice swirls like I did at the park that one day because it doesn't sound good. You have to get those swirls right away. If you want that sound, which I didn't know if I want it in a video, and I want it. All right. Okay, that's me going back to the point. That's the day. Let's jump to the month. So I'm gonna switch to my outline so I stay on point and on topic, and we have a purpose to the video, right? And so it's not random. So September has been crazy busy. I think every single weekend there has been something, which is not normal for September. So I started school again, my 6th year of teaching. I started this channel, which has been going so great. I could talk about that, but I'm not going to because it's just gone really great. But we have a point that we have to get to. I went to the Nina Geraci concert in Minneapolis at Skyview. I think it's Studio B. And so fun. I might include a picture of what I wore. I have an airbrush like spray paint thing, and I spray painted her new album title, I Love My Computer, on my body, and it was kind of like my look to the concert. That was so fun. I made that horse video in Wisconsin where the horses do ASMR, and that was just a kind of impromptu video that turned out really well. It was cute. And I have a wedding this weekend, that I'm also looking forward to. But that is a lot. That is a lot happening, and that's a lot going on. But that's the month of September. Let's get into the pros and the cons of teaching in September. These have been compiled over the course of the month, so I didn't just pull these out of thin air. These are things that I've thought about for a while. So I'm going to start with the pros, aka the good things about teaching in September that I enjoy. Immediately, number one is obvious. It's a fresh start to the year. You can implement things that you've been wanting to try out since last year. You can think about what flopped last year and you can try it this year. I always make a list at the start and at the end of the year. At the start of the year, it's things that I'm going to try or ideas, and I look at the previous year, and then at the end of this year, I will kind of write down what didn't work and what did, so I can kind of refine and keep refining my list for next year. It's a fresh start for students and teachers, right? It's just a fresh start for everybody, and it's a time to try out new things. Pro number 2. So I don't understand the science or the phenomenon behind this besides just getting older and being more mature. This does not apply to freshmen because you haven't met them yet, but for kids that you had the previous year that are... Hold on a second. Kids that you had the previous year that might have had issues, or maybe they weren't being the best version of themselves, or they weren't getting the grades that you thought they could get, or the achievements you thought they could get, or whatever. Sometimes all they need literally is some time away from school, aka summer break, and it's amazing to see how often kids leave and come back and they've just grown up and completely changed. Yeah, just a break away from school, that's always really fun. I feel like more times, often than not, you see kids that they want to try new things. Maybe things didn't go their way the previous year, they really want to try out something new. And it's a summers get better. I'm really surprised this year at how many students have kind of like grown out of certain habits and issues that we had last year. Already we're off to such a better start, and summer just does something to kids, as well as a fresh start. But that is kind of a phenomenon that a summer away, you just kind of hope, you're like, oh my gosh, like what's next year going to be like? And then when next year comes, and seeing that growth, and I don't know, sometimes it could be different living situation, different goals. If they go to like a different school, you may or may not like see them then. But I've heard of that happening where kids keep in touch and things go way better if they go somewhere else. Yeah, they just grow up a little bit, and that is great. That's kind of a cool thing that you see right away in September. The next pro is homecoming. Now, I know that sometimes this is in October, but for the most part, it's usually in September. Homecoming is fun for obvious reasons, but it's just a fun way to come back and kind of get hyped about the sports at the school. I really like the dress-up days. When I started teaching, I was so into it. I kind of took a break in the middle, and now I'm back because I've seen some excellent costumes, and I feel like I'm lame if I don't participate. And it went really crazy this year. Maybe that'll be a future video. I was going to film in one of my costumes, but then things did not pan out because I got some news and had to leave ASAP. Like, I ran out of school because I got some serious news that now everything is fine, but I had to go. So hopefully I can at least show you pictures or videos or something in the future. But homecoming, for obvious reasons, as a student it was fun. It gets the kids involved, and as a teacher it's just fun to be a little goofy, especially towards the beginning of the year. The next pro is that everyone wants to hang out. Summer is winding down, especially in Minnesota. It's harder to see people when it's so freaking cold. And when you come back to school, you may or may not have seen your coworkers over the summer. I usually see them like once or twice. This summer, I don't think I saw anybody. I hardly saw anybody, which is fine. Things happen. But, it's like we should go out after work. We should do something before work. We should go on a walk. We should get coffee. We should hang out this weekend. And I feel like there's so much socialization in the month of September. I don't want to spoil anything, but there are certain months where I feel like it's dark, it's cold, and you want to go home, and you do not want to see anybody else. This is not that. This is just a fun time to hang out, and I'm always so down to like go do something, get food, get drinks after work, go to the games. So I really like that part of teaching in the month of September. Alright, so now we have the cons. So what do I not like about teaching in September? Alright, so obviously with a new start, the first con is having to set the standard again. Now this is easier and harder for certain people. Sometimes I have students in my class for more than 1 year, so when the younger students see the older students, they kind of know how to act. That makes things way easier because it's a lot less work on me. When a teacher has new students every semester or every year, it can be hard because you are constantly setting what your standard is, and people will push it, and you have to kind of like bring it back to the line, right, of your standard. So obviously I'm not exempt. Like, I still have to do that, and I'm grateful when kids kind of push it because I show everybody what I do and what I tolerate and what I do not tolerate. So having to set the standard, you gotta walk in every single day in September like ready to go, and you might have to pause the whole lesson to get everything back to line. The next one. Okay, this one is so annoying, and this will pop up at the end of the series, but being too hot or too cold. Guys, you cannot wear shorts and a shirt because you're freezing in the morning, and you can't wear like a sweater and pants because you'll be too hot at the end of the day. I mix it up, between like a sweater and shorts, or like pants and a shirt like this, like a short collared t-shirt. it's like you're just gross all the time after school, like sweating in your car, feeling like you have to take a shower right after school. So that's not fun. Especially right now, it got cold at the start of September, and this year specifically, it's like August again, and in a week or two we'll be in October, so I don't get why it's 95 degrees out right now. At least that's what my car said. Okay, the next con of teaching in September is new enrollments. Now, it does not fail what year it is. You are going to get new people for like 3 weeks in your classes, and the chemistry and the alchemy of your classes will keep changing and changing and changing. And if you set that line strong, normally kids can come in and it's not crazy. But sometimes, and this has happened, at no fault of your own, no fault of my own, you can throw in one student and it just changes everything. Everything has changed. People start acting out, people talk a lot, people know each other, meaning students, and you gotta reset and hope for the best. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I stopped trying to teach right away. I used to do that as a very young teacher because if you do your expectations on day one, so many people don't get the expectations. Now, if you do your expectations the second week, you have a way better chance of catching everybody, and this year is the latest I've ever talked about expectations. I didn't talk about expectations till like the middle or end of week 2. That's crazy. I just kind of did my thing up until then, and I'm grateful because it worked out for the best, obviously, if I'm having a good year. I haven't really had any new like enrollments lately or like new students, but yeah, it's like I don't know, because I don't remember as a student, like I did enroll late at one school, but it was I don't remember if it was after or before winter break. It's like I know that things happen, but it does make you wonder, like, where were you for the last 3 weeks? Like, what were you doing? Were you somewhere else, or like did you just forget that school started? And there's some seriousness there, obviously. Like, situations happen, so I'm not making fun of that at all. I'm just saying, like, from my perspective, I'm like ready to go. Like, let's hop into our book, and then brand new student does not know expectations, like new to the school. It can be a little funny. But yeah, new enrollments never end until October. So that is a pro of October that I will come back to. Not to spoil anything, but things are so busy, right? That's actually the next con. In September, like people, meaning everybody that you work with, and students and parents, like everybody needs you all the time for whatever reason. Like your class, where do I go for this? Are you doing this year? Like, what are you doing this year? Just a million questions about where to go, what to do, when are you doing it? What's your expectation? When are the grades getting in? When are conferences? First day of school? Homecoming? Random schedules. That's also another one. Like, the schedules never align for like 3 weeks. This is our 3rd or 4th week of school, and just this week is our first normal week, which can be really difficult for new students and for freshmen coming in. Okay, so I'm gonna check really quick where I'm at. Perfect. Okay, guys, we're doing really good. Point. The computer even gave me a thumbs up. Now I still don't know why it's doing that, but whatever. Okay. That ice is so sad. Alright, my pro and con. This is a dual effort, I guess. It's kind of in the middle. The glass is half full and half empty. So, the end of summer is a pro and a con. I love summer, but the older I get, I yearn for fall. Yeah, I mean, I love summer and like doing things and the heat, but at a certain point, and especially this year, I don't know if I'm just excited for the school year or if I have a lot of plans that I'm doing, and like I'm excited for ASMR videos and creating things such as ASMR videos. But the end of summer, I'm sad because end of summer means school, but also at the same time, when you start a new school year, it's just nice to get it over with, right? Get the school year started so we can end it again, which you don't want to rush through life and like rush that. I'm not trying to say I want to be out of here, but I always think that at the end of every school year, I'm like, listen, you know, you should enjoy your summer, but like I'm also kind of sad that the school year has ended because you'll be back here in another year, and it's another year of your life that is over. But then now it's like, you know, at the start of the year, you know, you set the tone, you set the vibe, and keep going, right? I don't know, new school year just makes me think about like new starts, so I see it as a good and a bad, a pro and a con. Okay, that's me placing the final point. Thank you so much for watching this video. Really appreciate it. I think things are going great. You know, and I know that I say that this is the end, and I will do quotations. This is the end of the video, and then I don't end it, but I actually have a lot of work to do. I tried filming this before, and it just was not going my way. So I took a breath, and I paused, and now it's over, and it's fine, and it turned out exactly how I wanted it to. Okay, so I am going to eat more of my Taco Bell, drink more of my Baja Blast, and I'm going to get ready for chess tomorrow and promoting it at the club fair, and I'm going to do some grades and print off some materials for a lesson later on that I don't want to plan later. So I am staying late tonight, and yeah, I'm getting ahead, and I feel good, and I also have this video under my belt now. So let's take a sip, and then we'll sign off.